What made you realize your parents were insane? I was 6 years old when I bought my first dress. I got it specifically to visit my dad's grave. My mom had always told me he was a bad man who went insane and took his own life, but I never believed it. The stories I heard from our aunts and uncles before mom cut them off were all about how great he was. Still, the more my mom isolated me, the more I believed her. Until I was 17, that is. I was digging around our hallway closet when I saw a thick box duct taped shut and stuffed way behind mom's winter coats. The way it was shut made me suspicious, and because my mom was out, I tore it open. Inside were maybe 20 letters, all addressed to me. None of them opened. They were from my dad. Dating back years all the way to now, every single one was basically begging for a chance to see me. The address and dates proved he was alive and literally lived in a few towns over. I remember just sitting on the floor reading them for an hour, my head pounding. For a second, I convinced myself it was some sick joke. Still, I kept the smallest letter for proof and put the rest back. That night, I sat through dinner staring at my mom. When I finally brought it up, she completely snapped. She ripped the letter from my hands and started yelling, accusing me of ruining everything she worked so hard to protect. She told me I had no idea what my dad was like and that she lied for my own good. She actually made me feel like I was the one betraying her. I tried to tell her about the receipts and the letters and she cut me off. If you really loved me, you'd trust me. I couldn't even look at her after that. I just locked myself in my room and cried until I couldn't see straight. That was the start of her lockdown phase. She took my phone, locked me out of social media, and basically called every relative to tell them I was losing it and not to answer if I reached out. She kept saying, after all I've done for you, or try to find him and I'll send you away. Sometimes she'd pretend to be sick, crying on the couch, acting like I was the reason she couldn't eat. It worked for a while. I was scared to even talk to people at school, but I started writing everything down. I hid that notebook like it was life or death. The only person I trusted was my English teacher. She always noticed, and one day I just broke down and told her everything. I showed her the letter I'd managed to photograph before my mom stole the rest. She didn't freak out or call my mom. She just listened and said, "You're not crazy. You're not ungrateful. This isn't your fault." She helped me meet with the school counselor, and for the first time, I felt like I wasn't totally alone. Of course, my mom found out. She started pulling me out of school for fake illnesses and even showed up in the middle of class one day, demanding the school let her take me home. She'd call the counselor and threaten to pull me out for good, but the school didn't back down. They started letting me hang out in the counselor's office during lunch and gave me all these resources. Eventually, child services got involved after the school made a report. My mom played her part to the max, crying to everyone and posting on Facebook about how I was being brainwashed. She tried to convince everyone she was just trying to protect me, but the social workers saw right through it. They said I had to be allowed to see my dad with supervision and forced my mom to start parenting classes. I'll never forget the look on her face when she was told it's either that or I get sent to my dad. It was gold. I met my dad in person for the first time a few weeks later. He showed up with a box of letters, all the ones that had been sent back. I asked him if he ever tried to find me, and he just said, every year. I never gave up. That one meeting was all I needed to convince me to move in with him after I graduated high school. And because my mom showed zero signs of improvement during her parenting classes, the decision was a no-brainer. I haven't talked to my mom in quite some time, and I'm still dealing with trust issues from authority figures. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever be close with my mom again. But I have friends, therapy, and my dad in my life, and that's enough for me.